I was a senior in high school, and I volunteered with Vinton First Aid Crew, and still fairly new there as a 17-year-old. But I was at Arnold R. Burton in Salem when the flooding hit, and we were supposed to have gone over to Hidden Valley School to spend the night because they were worried we couldn't get home. But it was a teacher there knew that I was on the rescue squad, and she lived in Vinton and wanted to go home, so she offered to take me with her. It took about 2 hours to wrap around Tanglewood and the Parkway to get into Vinton. She dropped me off, and pretty much I hopped on an ambulance right away. And we had several small rescues that were really easy. We didn't have a boat. Our other 2 boats, Little John boats, were out on rescues already, so they had been busy all day. Later on, in just a brief calm, the dispatch come across, asked if anyone had a boat available for a rescue. We had one there from Hardy Rescue Squad, and we took the call, and it was out at Plantation and Hollins Road, where the food line and the Walmart is now, for a vehicle underwater. So we hooked up and got out, and it took us about an hour to make our way all the way out there. And we got there, and if you can picture that little area in the dip there, it was just completely covered in water. They were just building food line and had dug the ditches beside the road for plumbing and piping and things like that. Apparently this car had gotten swept over and fell down into that ditch, and the headlights were still on, which is amazing. Roanoke City Fire Department was on the Eli Lilly side, trying to stick their ladder out to the car and climb out on it, but their ladder back then weren't made for horizontal extension, and they were dipping into the water. We tied off with ropes, and 2 of them jumped in the boat, and the rest of us that were there had walked out into the water far enough where the rope would go to us and then curve over to allow the boat to get right to the car. And we were out, had to go out far enough, water was like up to our chests. I was rushing water. Thankfully, there was enough of us there to hold each other up and hold on to the ropes. Debris hitting us in the back. But they got over to her and pulled her out, and thankfully she was fine. And we pulled the boat back, and she got in the ambulance, and they took her on in the ambulance. It was so prominent and such a huge event in the valley. It ranks up there with some of the big fires I'd been on or things like that. Certainly the busiest I've been involved in rescue and things. So something good that came out of it, though, it prompted the creation of swiftwater rescue teams and all of the other heavy tactical rescue teams that the valley now has in need.